Hello, this is Friedrich, back with another turn of War in the Pacific Admiral Edition. Today we're going to be processing March 16 turn. And some submarine and anti-submarine action off the coast of Pearl, except we don't find. Okay, the Mark 14 at its best. Hopefully the gudgeon gets out of there. Looks like it will. And trying to find the okay, well, we're shooting at it. We lost contact with it, but we're still shooting our depth charges. But don't hit and decide to give up. Save ammunition for another day, perhaps. Now, this turn, I hope, as usual, is a quiet one. I am trying to take the rest of... Ooh, Seawolf. Hit, but no explosion. Great. Trying to finish off the Japanese on Midway, but otherwise, wouldn't mind a quiet turn, as usual. Yeah, I don't know exactly what that's a reference to. Doing some anti-submarine bombing here. There's some reports of hits. We'll see. Alright, so he decided to bomb our troops moving around, trying to get around Tarakan, which is what was a silly venture of mine. They're all dying and decaying of supply loss, but yeah, it was just to try to link them up with whatever else I had there near Tarakan. Alright, I'm still not sure what that's a reference to. This is moving kind of fast. For me anyway. I didn't spot what the spotter spotted. But I'll take a look around the map and see if I can see what that references. Alright. What are we doing here? I guess that's it for air phase. Wow. Alright. Still not finding off Pearl. Alright, more bombardment at Malay. Again, this isn't bad for him to do this. He has all campaign to sit here. And we're doing a deliberate attack. It looks like we don't have the AV we have when we're reviewing the campaign, the map, but we do have. Okay, so we lost a few things, but we're slowly wearing him out as well. This may be roughly a fourth of his unit just destroyed. So we have high disruption. I'll rest a couple more turns and then we'll try it again, I guess. I mean, we could go again. I'll take a look at the statistics. If it's I don't know. I'll just see what I have. What? Oh, he was wiped out by attrition. Okay, never mind. All right, so some expansions, and then we'll hopefully get some reinforcements, and then we'll take a look at the map. All right, be right back. Okay, so these are the regiments we had at Midway, or, well, have. And they do, well, the 160th has high disruption. Not as much fatigue, though. And so what I'm going to do now is I have, or should have, from San Francisco, a transport ship loading up with 108. No, that's not right. I have this amphibious task force bringing some troops from San Francisco to Midway. They will be reinforcing this base with these troops. What I think I'm going to do already, no, okay. Let me make sure. I don't know what that is. Okay, this is going to Midway. It was showing where this one is going is Tacona. Okay, so we're fine. And so the idea is to get this loaded back up with what's here and transfer it down also to Hawaii. So it is not unloaded. Okay. So I don't know that it'll let me load it back up without unloading these things. But we could give it a try. Let me see the troop. Well, I'll take a look at this. There's no need to bore you with loading transports. For now, I'll keep this set to unload. Hopefully I circle back to it, but that way if I don't, it's really okay. I just thought about something here. So we have naval support. Well, let's get these replacements on. We want some naval support on this unit, because I'm going to unload here instead. And if once we get some naval support into Hilo, it will help unload these guys way faster. All right, so there's not really much going on here. We can take a look at the map. I mean this scoring, and he certainly lost some army points. I think over 20. In any case, Uh, that's over 400 now. Ours was, of course, way higher, so there's nothing really to be too thrilled about. He lost an aircraft to flak. We lost 3 operational losses. Let's look at the details here. A Glenn to flak. I guess he's flying, scouting somewhere with his Glenn. Maybe even, I think that was, can't remember where I saw some of the action there. We lost a Walrus, Catalina, and so all 3 of these are spotting planes, and we lost 3 planes to ops. Sometimes I like to look at this, although it's going to be a while before we have to pull any more planes off the fields. Okay, so let's see if anything's reported here. I know nothing really happened. We hit some ships but didn't detonate, so yeah, nothing happened there. So I'm gonna, and one more thing here I noticed, and I'll figure out what it was, but another okay. I believe this number was 47. So I think what's happening is we're getting kills. We're getting kills without knowing it, and then several days later or weeks, this is getting updated. But when we go here and look, well, it didn't sync last turn, and so we'll have to find where it did, right? So, and I don't know what class it could be. Certainly, we didn't sink to any of those battleships. Oh, I still have it last turn. Okay. All right. So this is that one that was destroyed near Kumak by collision. Let's see. Of course, I knew about this transport because it was the only one. There's several cargo ships that have sunk over the turns, and I wouldn't know which one was added to this list. But okay. Uh, we did sink that early in the game, and these 3 tankers, I believe I knew about all 3 of these as well. Now it could be one of these submarines was listed, had sunk, but it's just now been added here. We sank a couple of these AMCs. So yeah, I don't know which of these has been added. And I remember this one was on the list because it was the only one and it was worth a lot. So that was a nice kill. Okay, so yeah. Did we lose any pilots? Okay, 1 wounded due to that one of the ops crash or whatever. So let's go back to the South Pacific. So as we can see, it's quiet here. I think that I'm still flying. No, I'm just training. Okay, so I'm not flying recon here. So I don't know if he's starting to move down here, and that's okay. Let's see. Right. So this guy, that's right. I decided to move this, relocate him all the way back. In fact, I might do that with all of the. Oh, we have 2 Pioneer companies. So this guy, we're going to also move him. See, some of these guys, they're not combat ready anyway. And some of them, let me finish my thought. Some of them I don't need to have here at this base. Like, I like the Raiders, the Special Forces to be ready to be parachuted in somewhere. So I'm moving them to Noumea. Let's see. So this is a base force, and I did want a base force here, and maybe even both of these for now. They were both destined for Kumak, but that's not going to happen for a long time. So I'll probably leave them here and just build up this base. Let's see. Got the Marine Raider Battalion moving back. The Pioneer Company, not that one. This one's staying here. We've got this artillery. Why is everything set to Noumea? Maybe, well, I'll probably go through and set these all to Lafoa. You know, have the maximum defensive capability here. So I guess we've moved everything out of here that we wanted to, because I'm going to keep these tanks here to hold the line. So because if this guy moves into here, we're going to want everything we can sitting here, parked here. So I'm going to go here and just for now, because again, this preparation will work well for whoever stays here. But yeah, I'm going to do that off camera too, or off video, because that's several units to go through. So what I've been doing is, you can see I have 176 fighters. For the most part, all my fighters are flying capped right over this X for now, especially as I get more troops unloaded. So speaking of which, nothing has unloaded yet from this transport. We just arrived. It's still too big of a fleet to dock. I may break off some of these ships and help speed up the unloading process, and then rotate for the other set of ships. But yeah, we've got more reinforcements, and I want to keep them covered. And we've retreated here. He might bomb our ground troops, and that's I don't want him to, but the terrain will help, and bombing bases or ships is right now more lethal. So I'm trying to protect the base and the ships. He could technically bomb the base, but because we don't have anything built up here, like, well, first of all, any planes he brings in, it's an air capacity of 1. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Any planes he brings in will have to be single engine planes. And now I don't know if he's moved back here because he's going to do what I did and do an amphibious invasion at Noumea. If he's going to pull out and go, take this, for example, or hit any of these other things. I have no idea what he's going to do with these ground forces. But right now, I don't have enough stuff to be doing any offensives. So on this island, for sure. So I will sit, and even against this stack only, let alone that one. So I'm going to sit here and here and wait to see what he's doing next, because he still has initiative. And up here again, I'm trying to rescue these guys back to Port Moresby. So far it's not doing real great, but they are unloading. I'm picking them up and bringing them back here. Where is it? 44th, right here. So it's getting there. Hopefully we can rescue them all, and then work on getting this Space Force up there too. Now, he bombed us in Borneo right here. We don't have much to bomb there, honestly. The idea was to get here because this guy had some supplies, But now they're both gonna die here, just with nothing. And then we've got several units trying to head back to I don't know how to say that Banjarmassen, Banjarmassen, and so yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Slowly but surely, because this, the terrain. Oh, keeps get. I mean, I didn't notice that flip to combat. So let's see, 18 or 20. They're going very slow through this terrain. 12, 18. I wonder if they're being supplied to here. I may just this may be foolhardy. I should have. I mean, I don't care. I'll just send a small here. Load it up and unload it here. This ship is worth 2 points. Um, I don't want to lose the ship or the supplies, but at least it's not carrying a ton. At least it's not carrying too much supplies and um, worth a lot of value that when it gets sunk. Okay, so he knows we're here. Okay, detection 2 of 2. And we dropped off some mines, so I'll set up a patrol here in probably this area here. And just like with everything else, we're trying to catch some ships leaving Palembang. Um, and what are we looking at here? Well, if we hit Burma first, again, no movement, and we are flying recon missions daily, so no movement here. Chinese or the Japanese in China are also somewhat static. South China for sure, and looks like central China. But as we go to the north, again, he's got his stacks here. We've got ours here, and we're just sitting here facing each other. He doesn't want to try to attack that yet. I don't know if he has plans to in the future, but not yet anyway. And then he has this line right here. Well, technically it goes up this way. Now I don't know if he's planning to push straight across. Now, yeah, the danger there is, I could come in behind him. In fact, I could bring this guy down here. But would that do anything? Yeah, because all he has is road like this. So that would impede his ability to supply. Now, here's the problem. The problem is he has this unit here or 2 units. He could either attack us here and drive us back because this isn't a big. I mean, I guess we could send in a small like detachment maybe. But also, I want to protect from him coming up north here. So I'll probably think about this and send a small unit here to interrupt this supply line. It would certainly he's going to see if we're moving there. Also, it would be very slow because we're crossing river, difficult terrain. You know, rough, so wooded rough. So yeah, we don't see him if he's coming up this way. We don't see anything yet, and I don't have enough recon planes to scour the whole road. So yeah, not much happened this turn. It was quiet, but we like that because it gives us more time to rest and build up, reinforce. So I believe, and I don't see. Okay, one other thing is my naval scout planes were finding something. I wonder if it's this stack here. They're assuming it's battleships, so they're calling back to base that they found something. So I don't know. and it may be battleships, but I doubt it. It's probably it's probably it's probably some gung ho scouts that want to get recognition for discovering the big targets. Although right now, considering the force disparity right now, they would be better served reporting back that there's a lot of tankers there, then they'd get even higher rewards. So not this has slowed down for me. I doubt for him. I don't know. Again, I don't know his plan here. Is it Luganville? Is it Australia? I mean, even if is he planning on going east and hitting something over here? I just don't know. But certainly he's not done because he's got several troops, like sizable division size units here. He's not going to sit on those and let him rot. This is almost finished unloading the base force. This 135th. We are picking up the 1st Amphibious Corps, so that's going to be nice. We're going to have a command unit here. Right now it's not, because it's not the main HQ, it doesn't have the same benefits. And that's okay. I keep waffling what I'm going to do here. I may stop bringing that, in fact, because there's so much that I want to move back and forth that I think, yeah, I just don't know. I'd like to get the 164th over there and form the Americal Division. There's too many things I am trying to get done at once here. So I just need to focus and make the most of what I got. I do have more transports here, so if he doesn't mess with me anymore, I can transfer some more stuff here, some more stuff back, and really get this organized how I want it between these two bases. And I think, yeah, we've been done with unloading the Enforce detachment. That gets us a few more engineers to keep building this base up. Because again, I don't know what his plan is to come east, and I'm not even 100% sure what I was thinking up expanding the port, but that's okay. We'll keep it going, and then we'll switch to the expand airfield next. I may start doing that already. It may take a lot of time, but certainly it can get started building instead of waiting for the other 40% here. And Pago Pago, still building this base. For one, I'd like to use it as a stopping off point when I'm trying to bring, say, short-range aircraft, because then I can hop all the way across to Australia. And that'll be a lot easier to hop from Pago Pago than from, well, even Canton Island would be okay base to drop off aircraft, but the air capacity is lower. But also there's danger with Baker Island being occupied by the Japanese. So I'd really like to use Pago Pago instead, if I can. So I do have some aircraft being transported from the west coast down to Pago Pago. I think that, yeah, that's just a supply ship. So yeah, I'm not idle. I'm moving stuff, trying to keep things flowing. It's kind of slow going, just because we don't have unlimited things. Oh, let's take a look at what our carriers are doing. So they're not close. Okay, so they're further away then. Okay, where are they? Okay, wow, finally found them. So they are heading to repair at San Francisco. And we have what am I looking at? Okay, so they moved nine hexes last turn. If they keep at that pace, that's 5 more turns they'll be in port, and we can shut them down for refitting, and of course get some of these repairs down. It's not high. I mean, it's not overly crazy. It's just might as well top them off. Of course, they're gonna be in dock for the refit anyways. But that's that. Oh, we do have some carriers that are in this area. Okay, so they came in and okay. So what I was hoping they would do is refuel and leave, but it looks like not only did they not refuel and leave, or they refueled, but they didn't leave because they used up all the ops points just to refuel, top off that tank. Also, let me look, and that was the case for both both groups. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, let me look at this path and see if I need to change it. It looks like it'll be safe. It's going east of Pago Pago even, and up well east of anything that might be okay, a concern. I think that's totally fine. So these two carriers are going to Alameda, and they're gonna repair there. By the time they get there, because if they go at a pace of 9, wow, that's, well, what, less than 20 days. So yeah, I don't know. What am I wanting to say? 17, something like that. Maybe 18 days. So roughly 18 days, they'll be back, and that's in enough time to upgrade in April. I'd like to have these carriers upgraded, get the Hornet on the map, and start thinking about new missions we can perform. This, by the way, will also need to be upgraded, it looks like. So we'll take this one to San Diego. I think it was headed there anyway. So let's grab the Vincennes. And this is where we have some ships to escort it, but we'll just go back to San Diego and do the upgrade there, and have all 5 of our ships with um, the best anti-aircraft that they can get this time in the war. Oops, and which isn't much, and it's only an upgrade of 60 anti-aircraft. So we'll see how it goes. All right, but yeah. So one more thing I wanted to look at is to see how far back. Okay, so this guy is heading up to Midway because we were going to move some um, PBYs up there. And here's our battleships that are heading back. Okay, so these guys are going southeast. So they're heading back to Pearl, I guess, to really reinforce this. I think I'm going to route this just because just because on map it looks like we're about to run into a bunch of these guys. So we're just going to go east. It doesn't hurt if we're, take a little bit of time to get back. So one more waypoint maybe. Okay. Oh, I keep picking the wrong one. Let's do this. All right, that's better. So we'll try to get around this submarine down here. And of course he can move them, he can react, but we're just going to do this. It looks like the safest route right now And yeah, so looks good. If it takes 2 turns to get back to base, I think that's okay. We've got the fuel, and then we'll check out our situation. I'm not going to hit Johnston until my carriers are back operational and we know where KB is. So we'll we'll keep an eye out this area. For that matter, let's take a look at this. See if anything stands out. 114.64. That might be further north. So I'm looking to see if something stands out in the South Pacific, and I don't see it. So, so yeah, down here, if we were looking down here, it'd be the hundreds for north south. I know last turn we had high traffic at truck. It could be who knows what, but certainly he's working on something. He's not sitting idle. We just don't know what it is. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone, and hope it was interesting. And I know not a lot's going on. For me, this is intriguing, and certainly he's not idle, we're not idle. But it just for from an observation standpoint, hopefully it's not too boring. That's kind of my point. I would say, I do want to point out, Brisbane is working on upgrading the airfield. As soon as it does, I can get our B-17s here and then with heavy bombers start pummeling some of these things. That's my hope. And even if he puts fighters here, first of all, when I do that, I will certainly fly some sweeps up here and try to keep his fighters down, and also cap, and then we'll just bomb this, and it should be not too long now. We're just trying to do too much at the same time, and I think that's slowing us down. But with these percentages, I don't want to shut anything down, and so I would say 2-3 more turns. That's my hope anyway. Just like this one, we're expanding even further than 6. Because I'd like to really max out our aviation support. Also, get the number of stacks and base admin levels higher, because the 10 we had was very restricting. Now we have 11. We don't use it all, but yeah, that the goal is to get this up a lot higher. And of course, Brisbane, you want to max out because it can even go higher than Noumea. And the air capacity of LaFoa is the same as Noumea, so it's not really much better, but it allows us to spread out our aircraft due to the dangers of bombardment. So I will be working on expanding this, especially now that I've got some engineers in place. I'll probably go ahead and start doing that now. We have fortifications building, and I think it's okay to do both for now. So anyway, and I'll probably start flying recon again right here because I want to see what these guys are doing. I may fly recon here shortly, especially as I get closer to being ready to bomb from Brisbane. But first, I'll probably just go ahead and do that now. So let's take a look at this ground units here. And all right, so I think that's what I'm going to do for now, and then we'll see what's next. By the way, these aircraft, I remember I was looking here because it looked like he had a bunch of ships or to watch out for KB, but there's no need to look that direction anymore. And so I'd rather look out over Kumak. I guess I was a little bit with this, and I might even move it a little bit there. And I'm going to drop this back to 50%. I mean, we only need 2 planes going at a time, I think. I mean, I think that's safe enough. So we got pretty good coverage in this area. There's a little gap there, but I think having the double coverage over Kumak is good. That's what I think. It's just an opinion. A very humble one at that. So, yeah, I think we're looking good here. We've got a lot of spotting. Now, he could go so fast that he could drop in. He could go max speed from, let's say, Russell Islands or somewhere up in here and still get into here without us being able to do anything about it. But all right, I'm gonna cut it here. We're already after over 40 minutes, and the resolution was 6, and I rambled on and on. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your interest. We will be back for the March 17 resolution next time. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.